He was arrested. The evidence seemed overwhelming, and yet some legal experts are asking a chilling question. Could Bryan Kohberger actually walk free? Tonight, we dive deep into one of America's most disturbing murder cases and the growing conversation around gaps in the legal process that could derail justice. Welcome to The Dark Stories, where we uncover the shadows hiding behind courtroom walls. If you're passionate about true crime that looks deeper, darker, and more honestly at the facts, subscribe now and join us on this journey. On November 13th, 2022, 4 University of Idaho students were found stabbed to death in their off-campus home in Moscow, Idaho. The victims? Kaylee Gonzalez, Madison Mogan, Zana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. Their lives were taken in the dead of night. No forced entry, no obvious motive, no known suspect. At least, not at first. But 6 weeks later, Bryan Kohberger, a 28-year-old criminology PhD student, was arrested in Pennsylvania, over 2,500 miles away. He was charged with 4 counts of murder in the first degree. The nation thought it was over. But now, legal experts are warning this case is not as airtight as it seems. Let's review what's publicly known, the evidence that led to his arrest. DNA on the knife sheath. A Ka-Bar knife sheath was found near one of the victims. Touch DNA on the button snap matched DNA from trash at Kohberger's family home. Prosecutors say this is the most direct forensic evidence tying him to the scene. But here's the issue. Touch DNA can be transferred indirectly. Was it left from direct contact, or could it have been contaminated? Kohberger's phone pinged cell towers near the victim's house on 12 separate occasions before the murders. On the night of the murders, his phone was turned off, allegedly to avoid tracking. It later turned back on near the Washington-Idaho border, consistent with someone leaving the crime scene. But defense attorneys argue pings don't prove presence, only proximity. GPS data can be vague. Could someone else have been driving the car? A white Hyundai Elantra was spotted near the crime scene. Kohberger owned a vehicle matching that description. Surveillance shows the car circling the area multiple times before and after the murders. This is compelling, but not absolute. No video shows the actual attack. No dashcam footage, no eyewitness. Now we turn to the heart of this video, the cracks. Because even with all this evidence, the system requires proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Here's where the defense may strike hard. The court issued a strict gag order, limiting what the prosecution and defense can publicly say. Critics argue this undermines public transparency and could be used to claim an unfair trial. If the defense argues that Kohberger's rights were violated due to media handling or procedural opacity, appeals are possible. The warrant used to search Kohberger's phone and residence raised eyebrows. Defense claims some of the information may have been too broad or vague. If any of the evidence is ruled inadmissible due to how it was obtained, it could weaken the entire case. Remember, if the knife sheath DNA is tossed, there's no murder weapon. While Kohberger has shown no signs of insanity in court, the mental health angle always lingers in high-profile cases. Could his background in criminology be flipped to suggest a dissociative episode, an obsession that spiraled into psychosis? Even if unlikely, a strong psychological defense can sway jurors or lead to diminished responsibility outcomes. Despite all the circumstantial evidence, Kohberger has never confessed. There's no confirmed motive. No survivor saw his face. Jurors are humans, and if even one of them says, "I'm not 100% sure," he walks. The prosecution is expected to present a case built around forensic evidence, digital footprint, behavioral analysis, surveillance mapping. The defense may focus on the potential contamination of DNA, unreliable cell data, psychological ambiguity, reasonable doubt from lack of direct proof. The outcome? Unpredictable. And with the death penalty on the table, the defense has every reason to fight tooth and nail, even if it means dismantling the entire case piece by piece. In the court of public opinion, Kohberger is guilty. But in the legal system, public emotion is irrelevant. What matters is what the jury sees and what the law allows in. Cases like this have collapsed before. Casey Anthony, O.J. Simpson, Robert Blake. Each one had what seemed like strong evidence. Each one ended in a not guilty verdict. It's a chilling reminder, truth doesn't always equal conviction. Here's the hard truth. Yes, if the defense can cast doubt, especially on the DNA, phone data, or investigation procedures, the case could fall apart. He could walk free due to legal technicalities, jury doubt, suppressed evidence. Even if he's guilty, the law doesn't convict based on emotion. You've been watching The Dark Stories, where we go beyond headlines and ask the hardest questions. What do you think? Could Bryan Kohberger walk free? Is the case truly airtight or built on fragile pieces that could crumble in court? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to never miss a dark story that matters. Until next time, stay aware, stay curious, stay safe.